In the past couple of years, we have seen some of the craziest beefs unfold right in front of our eyes. And most of the time, it is someone in the rap genre writing a diss on another rapper. But these have existed way before our times, like with America and Britain. Basically, if you skipped history, America took the land. Yeah, thought I was a history teacher. But to put it in simple terms, Britain did come to the USA and took all the land and started taxing the out of everyone. Then everyone started to hate them and rebel. And if you do go back a couple of years, we have seen some of the craziest beefs by far. And I'm gonna start with one of the craziest ones.
He challenged me to a golf match. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. I think I'm in very good shape. I feel that I'm as in good a shape as I was 25, 30 years ago. Actually, I'm probably a little bit lighter, but I'm in as good a shape as I was years ago.
Thank God that was over, because this shit was unbearable. Like, your ass couldn't go on the internet without being hit with some sort of news about this. And their beef is so unmatched, not even Goku or Vegeta could beat this shit. But in the years coming, I don't think we will ever have a political beef as worse as those two. Because Trump was always out here calling Joe every name in the books, like Sleepy Joe or Crooked Biden. But at the same time, Biden's supporters were calling Trump racist, a loser, and a liar. And this election had to be one of the worst ones of all time, because you're telling me we had celebrities on stage shaking ass? If this isn't the most American shit you've ever saw, then I don't know what is. And people were out here really acting like we've never had an election before. And one thing I really am confused about is they both said if you vote for the other side, you aren't for the American people. But aren't both sides for American people? So this made zero sense. And at the end of the day, I really do think that all politicians are friends, because they really were all hanging out on Epstein's Island back in the day. And with both of the presidents, they were calling each other unfit, but when you look at them, they are both unfit. Like, bro, why are you guys calling each other out on your own problems? Go focus on yourself. Like, Joe Biden wasn't even able to formulate a sentence. Then you had Trump getting us involved in every political thing possible. But I really don't think that in America I will ever understand politics, because in the USA, aren't we supposed to be united rather than disagreeing on everything? And while they were doing these debates, tell me why Joe Biden's ass is always smiling in photos with Trump. Like, bro, I thought you guys hated each other. And another one that does include Trump was his beef with Elon Musk. And this all did start at the election, with Elon and Trump being best friends. And you can't tell me that they weren't, because Elon was always backing Trump up. Because with Elon, you did have him doing shit like this.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you. My heart goes out to you.
Yeah, that looks a little too similar to a certain German man. But during all of this controversy, Elon did leave the White House after his 180-day tenure was over. And when you do have a billionaire who is known for being corny, you know his ass had to take to Twitter, talking about something like, without me, Trump would have lost the election. But I don't think Elon is too far off, because he did have a lot of supporters. But a lot of people who did support him at the beginning of the presidential election don't really like him now, judging that Teslas are starting to look like this. Then you had Elon posting, "I regret some of my posts about the president last week. They went too far," because this man knows that in the snap of a finger, the CIA will have his ass gone. All Trump has to do is tell the CIA to go get his ass. But that's allegedly, it's not been proven true. The next one, though, has to be one of the biggest beefs in rap history, and that's Kendrick and Drake. Tell me why this just started out as a simple diss track but turned into a whole ass lawsuit. Like, you have to be a different type of butthurt knowing that you had to take this to court. But the whole thing is, Drake was suing the Universal Music Group because he thinks that they help Kendrick win. And this honestly might be true, because you had this music playing everywhere, and it even did make it #1 for a while, but this was on the radios, and it even did make it to the Super Bowl. And where the wasn't played, I don't know, because they were playing this shit at funerals. Then you had other artists like The Weeknd and J. Cole who were somehow involved in this, and this really shows how many people Drake has turned into enemies. Like, you had Kendrick talking about how Drake is a pedophile, then the Drake Glazers saying there's no proof. Meanwhile, you had this man waiting till SZA was the ripe age of 18 to date her. And don't even get me started on him and Kanye's beef, because I can never tell if they're friends or not. Because you're telling me that they had a collab album, went on tour, and they just had a fallout out of nowhere. And I want you to guess how they started this beef, because this beef was over Kanye's song called Lift Yourself. And just listening to this song, you can't really tell that it's a diss, but apparently it is. Because this beat was originally for Drake, but Kanye trolled his for it. And Kanye isn't too new when it comes to beefs, because another one I want to talk about is Kanye and Taylor Swift's beef. But this whole beef started with Kanye going on stage at the Grammys and saying that Taylor Swift didn't deserve her award. Like, bro, how are you about to go on stage and tell someone that they didn't deserve an award when you weren't the one that handed it out? One of his most infamous ones is when he wrote the song Famous, because this man really said,
I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. Why? I made that bitch famous.
Shout out to Taylor Swift though, because she does have some pretty crazy ass fans who will kill your for saying anything. And for the last beef, I have the beef between North and South Korea, because this beef has really been going on forever. Like, if you go back to 1945, this place was originally just called Korea, no North or even South. But with World War II starting, the two places who like to interrupt stuff, the USA and Russia, just had to get involved. Like, I swear, the USA wants to get involved in anything that they shouldn't get involved in. But when it really comes down to it, you had South Korea inventing generational shit. Then you had North Korea saying that Kim Jong-un created shit like the cheeseburger. And you're telling me his ass apparently has a unicorn? The thing though that a country usually does when they split is that they stay on good terms in case any world problem does happen. But not for North and South Korea, because they signed a deal to temporarily stop fighting, and that's why they always continue to fight. And when it does come down to it, these two countries are still really petty. Like, you could do the littlest thing, for example, then North Korea sending a nuke at your ass. To put it in perspective, it's kind of like when you stutter and someone makes fun of it just to be annoying. Yeah, that's basically both of the Koreas 24/7. Like, South Korea really had speakers facing North Korea playing propaganda, and it really does just show how bad North Korea is with it playing K-pop. Like, Kim Jong-un was definitely out there dancing to all that. But tell me why Kim Jong-un hates K-pop, because you're telling me it got so serious that he executed someone for listening to it, and anyone who does get caught with it does too. Also, it is a law, if you were caught with South Korean media, you do get penalized. Like, give the chance to watch Beast Games so they have a good idea in participating in a challenge. Let me know if you guys want a part 2 though, or if there's any that I missed. Anyways, follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch for upcoming streams. NVL on top, and until next time, I'm out.